Much has changed in Arconis these past few years. The seat of power is altered in the west, and the unrest and lawlessness that followed the war has greatly diminished. The good people of the kingdom work hard to rebuild, as opportunities for regrowth are plenty. Of course, these times also provide ample opportunity for the wicked. While corruption was swept from the city of Corthan, one of its most prominent architects has forged a new alliance and fled east to rebuild his seat of power. Unbeknown to him, others covet what he possesses, and others still seek revenge for past vile deeds. A sinister and unlikely group seek to find and destroy this new alliance and to regain their former glory. So begins the rise of the fallen.
A lion's roar and landing on the roof of the foreman's hut is a huge big monster with a long tail laden with spikes, bat-like wings, a lion's head. I think you guys may know what it is. And that literally is where we left off. So we are going to join our heroes tonight as that plays out. So get ready and join us for tonight's episode of Rise of the Fallen.
Much has changed in Arconis these past few years. The seat of power is altered in the west, and the unrest and lawlessness that followed the war has greatly diminished. The good people of the kingdom work hard to rebuild, as opportunities for regrowth are plenty. Of course, these times also provide ample opportunity for the wicked. While corruption was swept from the city of Corthan, one of its most prominent architects has forged a new alliance and fled east to rebuild his seat of power. Unbeknown to him, others covet what he possesses, and others still seek revenge for past vile deeds. A sinister and unlikely group seek to find and destroy this new alliance and to regain their former glory. So begins the rise of the fallen.
Alrighty. Go ahead and pull Queen's back. Get ready for tonight's episode. Alrighty, so yeah, as we join our heroes, as you can see, a big nasty thingy has landed on top of the hut. As it flew down, various people scarpered. Thelonious ran and leapt over a pile of rocks. Kyla ran and hid behind a tree stump. Lilith was already resting up in the back of a cart. Tolgar ran to the side of the cart. And Emlyn was left in the middle of all of this going, where the f*** did everybody go? Mm-hmm. All right, okay. So yes, as it landed, you heard a loud and terrifying roar echoed out from the top of the hut. Apparently, it doesn't work. Some of my effects now. Apparently that one's not. Okay, anyway. So yeah, the thing lands, you hear it roar as it kind of paws the roof, clawing, digging its claws into some of the shingles, as you see like some of the shingles pop and split and snap and slide down off the slope of the roof and onto the ground. What does everybody want to do?
I actually have a question. the foreman, I know he's visible to us, but is there any...
He was inside at that point.
Oh, he was inside.
Yeah. He was inside
He
the
went
house.
on the roof to ask, what the hell?
Weird. For some reason, it's not letting me click on Kyla.
Oh, you know why? Because I think I changed something. Problem solved.
Well, do we do initiatives? I mean, is it just like... Look
Well,
at
it
that,
depends.
or-
I mean, I'm asking right now. I just want to know what you're all instinctively doing. Like, you're not in combat, so initiative isn't necessarily a thing unless any of you are about to pop off at it.
Well,
I'm just trying to look as inconspicuous as possible.
yeah,
Which is difficult for me.
Kyla's trying to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be peeking up over the rocks like, is that what I think it is?
Don't
Trying to
move,
squint
maybe
my
we'll
eyes and get
see
a
you.
better...
Yeah, I would absolutely run far back, like my movement. Seeing that I was alone, like, oh, everyone's retreating. I'd fall back too.
All right. It kind of like seems like it really hasn't paid much attention to you as it slinks down to the edge of the porch. It reaches down with its hand, with its mighty paw, and scratches on the door.
In which case, I'd
Distracted?
cast a spell.
Is it distracted?
I want to cast a spell.
It hasn't done anything where you guys are concerned.
Is it knocking?
The scratching on the door.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
what
exactly
spell
knock,
do you
it's
wanna
not got
cast?
hands.
I want to cast Thaumaturgy. And I want to try to open the door.
Oh my god.
I don't think you've got the range. It's 30 feet.
Oh,
isn't
shit, okay. Will I move forward? I mean, I really would want to try this. Like,
I mean,
seeing
it's,
its interest?
it's
Yeah.
50 feet.
Okay, I mean... Oh, shit, I'd have to get really close, wouldn't I? Never mind.
No? Okay.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna go right up to it to open a door. So I'd just be like, what is that?
I'd kind of be peeking around and I'd probably put Hunter's mark on it.
The dude came out?
He has come out, yes.
What the hell?
Joseph Carlton has come out. Okay, you're doing Hunter's Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, he came out of the door, or...?
He has opened the door and he has come out. And he's
Why?
waking and shiveringly looking up. The thing in a deep, rough human voice says, "Where is my tribute?" Unfortunately, we haven't had the opportunity to get our hands on any shiny red things recently. As you know, something has closed the mind. I am running out of patience. We're taking steps to rectify the situation immediately. There's some people that are they're over there. As he turns and points in your direction. They're going into the mines to solve the problem, and then we can get the ruby. I mean the shiny red things, and pay you the tribute as we've promised. You'd better. I give you one more day, and then you'll be sorry. And with that, it starts to flap its huge bat-like wings and begins to elevate itself up.
I want a pet manicore with a sinus problem.
You don't want to do anything?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Then it
Not
turns
ready.
and it flies off in a northward direction, over the trees, and off in. With that, Joseph Colton kind of like collapses against one of the beams that supports the porch, like a. Bless me.
Well, that answers that question.
Come on, Thelonious.
Yes, do you know what that was?
No. What was it?
Well, Gore, would I know what that... I don't know how rare they are for this area.
Do you know what that was?
At your level and being a student of the arcane, I would say if you know what it was, Thelonious definitely knew what it was.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'd walk up next to him. But that was a manticore. I've never seen one so close. It was beautiful. It was majestic. Did you see the way it flapped its wings? It was so elegant in the air like that.
Manticore. Wasn't that thing that bard mentioned in the poem?
Yes, I did think of that. Quite the coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I want one.
So I'm going to walk up to and just say, so it seems you have a bit of a manticore problem, eh?
Well, it's not so much a problem.
Looked like a problem from where we were.
Because many, many months ago, we found a way to appease the creature. By giving it the rubies, seems to be quite content and happy. And it doesn't hurt anybody, and as long as we give it rubies every week, even a large ruby, it seems to not really bother us. Which is a fair enough circumstance, really. We give it rubies, it doesn't kill everybody in the town.
So if you were to stop giving him rubies, he would massacre the entirety of the city.
I mean, he hasn't exactly said as much, but the assumption is that would be the case. I mean, he does claim that if we don't give him rubies, we'll be sorry. I mean, you heard him.
Yes.
Oh.
Do you know where he comes from? Where his nest is? Where he dwells?
Somewhere to the north, I believe. Probably up in the mountains or deep in the forest. Suffice to say that nobody in Bamforth has had the initiative to go and look.
Do you think it has babies?
Oh.
I don't want one.
But, of course, as I subtly mentioned a few moments before it arrived, this is the reason that getting the mine opened up is important. I mean, yes, we need the mine to operate in order to, get our hands on iron ore and coal for trade, but we also need rubies to pacify the beast. Oh, you'll have to forgive me, my
Your soldier friends in town. Have you ever thought about just trying to kill the creature?
Well, it's been thought about, but then, considering when it first showed up, it set about and killed through 3 fairly capable and able woodsmen without much effort. The town militia took it under advisement. When the Reeve came by, you understand the Reeve doesn't live here, but he manages several towns. But the Reeve came by, and it was discussed with the Reeve and with the Burger, and indeed the Libet Nancro was also consulted, being that she was old and understanding and wise. And it was decided that probably best to just do what the thing wanted, and instead of the possibility of so much wasted life.
But whatever. The Reeve. I'm sorry. I do not understand your positions of authority in this town. There's the Burger and the Reeve. I don't.
Well, the Reeve. He's kind of a magistrate, a lawman, as it were. But since the war, as you can well imagine, certain positions and things of authority are in short supply. So the Reeve actually serves here, Lowestoft, Harrington-on-the-Mere, and the far-reaching town of Mindenbrook. He travels between these 4 or 5 towns. He comes by about every 3 weeks. We have any legal issues. He conducts trials. He listens to complaints. He adjudicates, takes care of matters, and on he moves.
I see.
So if anybody commits a crime, the militia arrest them, lock them up in the jail, and they wait till the Reeve shows up.
Thank you for explaining that. Well,
that gives us a week to escape if we ever get time. Anyway.
So,
Well,
did you discover anything when you examined the corpses of the recently deceased? Well, I say recent, 6 weeks or so.
yes, we found that one of them had seemed to be a puncture wound of some sort that came right through the collarbone here, like so.
Interesting. As I said, I don't think... Well, I know that it wasn't the rockfall that actually killed those 3. We don't really know what did, but...
And you spend your days here, am I correct?
During the day, officially, taking care of the mine as mine foreman is my duty.
And in
Even
all
though
this
it's not.
time, since the cave-in, which is really not a real cave-in, have you heard anything emanating from the mine? Sounds or movement?
Not at all. No sounds, nothing ominous. Sometimes, when I feel brave, I take a few steps in and listen. But, I haven't heard anything.
And these tunnels, are they... How large are they in radius or diameter or whatever that...
I'd say that they're 8 to 10 foot wide and probably about 10 foot tall in the more structured parts. There's quite a functional rail system through most of it.
Is it lit? I imagine not.
Not
after all
anymore.
this time.
I mean, normally the miners take bullseye lanterns down with them and hang along pegs, but obviously, seeing as there is nobody been attending to this mine for many weeks, even if someone did leave a lantern as they fled the terror, it would long be out of oil by now.
I'm going to look over at Thelonious and say, any more investigation?
No, I do believe we have all that we need to continue down into the depth of the cave.
Okay. I'm going to turn back and look at Tolgar and give him a nod, and he's going to take point because Jade's not here.
Well, I think it's probably logical that Tolgar would take points.
He would anyways, yeah.
Emlyn.
Give him a torch or something so that he's not walking blind.
Yeah, I think Emlyn is the only one that can actually see worth a crap in the dark, right?
Dark vision, 120 feet.
So, I didn't know when you wanted to do this, but if we get into the cave or mine, as soon as it gets to the point where we can't see far enough, I would cast light on probably on Tolgar's weapon of some sort, or whatever he's wielding at the time.
Okay,
Yeah, that's good.
All right. In that case, then
me
we're
to
going to
pop
go
that up?
ahead, and I will distribute light sources as is applicable. Now, I will point out that this is a dynamic lighting map. So, if any of our players have the stream open, please pop out chat and close the stream so you do not see anything that you shouldn't see.
Right. Collapse the chat and open the stream.
All right, and Tolgar is going to be emitting light, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a thing. What's the duration on your light spell? It's like 8 hours because you're level 8?
Yes. I think I put it on 1 hour just in the macro really quick, but yeah, it's more than that.
All right. And Emlyn, you have 160 freaking feet. 120, sorry.
Yep.
Right?
I mean, I'll take 160 happily. Oh.
I think it's just 1 hour straight, from what I can see here.
Is it 1 hour, or is it? It's not per level. Okay, then in that case.
Yeah, cantrips and 5e different.
Oh, that's right. It's a can. Yeah, if you're just casting the cantrip.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
But I mean, you can cast cantrips all the time, right? Like, so.
Yeah, so I can just
I mean,
cast it again, and it's not a concentration spell, so I can just pop it back up there if I need to.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I am going to go ahead and bring you guys into this map. You will be bottom left, and it's fairly large, but not too.
Not as big as the, yeah. Well, that's still pretty big.
But being dynamic lighting, of course, you know, you can only see what your characters can actually see, what you're doing. Go ahead and
you know, I think just out of force of habit from Thelonious being alone for so long on most, I think I would cast Dark Vision on myself.
Okay, what's the duration on your Dark Vision?
Pull it up right now. Where is it? I know I have it in here.
Hey, Gore. Not to be a bother, but I can't click on me again.
Yeah, I know why. It's all right.
All right.
I fixed. I found an issue with your token, so I fixed it. I forgot to.
Thank you.
On ones that I'd already applied it to. All right, hold on.
8 hours for Dark Vision.
Okay, good deal. All right, and let's see.
Oh, second level.
And how far or how long does your Dark Vision allow you to see? Is it 60 or?
Maybe I'll pop it up.
Get that squared away before we do anything else. 60 feet. Yeah.
60 feet.
All right. In which case, I will go ahead, grant you 60 feet of.
Find fire.
Okay.
I don't think I could see past 60 feet anyway, so.
Right. Okay. And let's see. What's my catacombs? Let me grab that real quick. But I grabbed all of it. Conquer Fire. Just real quick, while we're doing this, I'm just going to show you guys, if you use Roll20, but you're not a, you don't pay for it, this is one of the advantages of paying for it. You basically can take anything from any campaign and transfer it to any other. So, for example, the last campaign we played was Beneath the Veil. And I know that in Beneath the Veil, I had the audio of like a mine, underground cavern, catacombs type thing. So you can drag it and drop it. And it will then be in your existing campaign. So you don't have to like, you know, you don't have to go out and re-hunt everything. All right, here we go. Catacombs. Which works appropriately for mines. Okay. So with Tolgar being up front, for you guys watching, if you want to know what the players can see, just so you, that's what Tolgar sees right now. Thelonious probably pretty much sees the same as does Emlyn. Now, Kyla can technically not see in the dark, but if Tolgar... Oh, actually, you know what? I need to do something, don't I? I need to change that to... Oh, I have it too. So, with that... Why can't Kyla see Tolgar?
I can.
Huh?
I can.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, because when I do it, it looks like you can't.
Is there a second Kyla I should be worried about?
Well, you should be able to see what Tolgar's light source is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can?
Yep.
Okay, for some reason when I click on you, I can't. But, Spook
The thing
can.
is, oh, you know what? I think I'm seeing because I can click on Tolgar, right?
Yeah, you can see
So
what Tolgar's
I'm seeing
seeing.
what
Oh,
Tolgar's
yeah.
seeing.
Yeah, we all have access to Tolgar's sheet.
But click on yourself.
Yeah, I'm clicked on me, but like that doesn't get rid of my access. Is there like an alt click or something?
Nope. But you should... Because I've got Tolgar set for all players see the light, then you should actually be able to see him.
Well, we do because we have access to Tolgar's sheet, so...
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just curious as to why you actually can't. Let me check. Oh, I know why. Possibly. Let me check your token. Second. Because you don't have any light vision set up. That's why. Sorry.
It's okay.
And there we go.
Seeing
So
light is
now,
cliche anyways.
so now if we click on you, yeah, now you can see basically because Tolgar is an illuminated light source.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
The only other change is Emlin's 120.
He is set for 120. He's set for 60 foot bright and 60 foot dim.
I don't see the dim, but that's okay. I mean, I can live with it.
Oh, hang on. Maybe it needs to.
I mean, cool.
Yeah, come for you because, 10, 20, 30. Yeah, see, now you've got... No, it was right before.
Yep, we're good.
So let me just change that because you should be able to see 60.
We'll edit this out. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
This is the magic of D&D Roll20. Don't you want to see how the sausage is made?
I've just been so long being a rat band seeing nothing. I'm just like, I got an invocation. Give it to me.
Let me see.
Give me
It
my
might
dim
be
light
because I've got
sight.
the... make sure I've got the mine radius is set. Oh, that's why. Supposed to be set for 10. That would be why. Okay, hold
Fog
on.
lobster. You enter a cave.
Immersion ruins.
Stones grit against the bottom of your boots.
Yes, okay. Keep going.
You
Oh,
trip
that's
on
it.
what you can assume is a lantern left behind by one of the miners who previously escaped, and
Oh,
you see ahead of
clutch.
you what was probably the cave-in that they mentioned.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see
Everything
it.
behind that is practically pitch dark. If it weren't for your ability to see naturally in the dark, and this light being shed by the axe being brandished by your very own human wall, then you'd probably not see anything at all at this point.
All right, we're good.
Oh.
All right, so
Is this really the cave that he was speaking of right in front of us?
maybe.
I just assumed maybe. I don't
That would be so pathetic if that was it.
know.
But I mean, I get it. Okay.
Just enjoy it, Shag, okay?
Shut up. Shut
Go
up.
with it.
It's like no townspeople would it. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, sorry, go.
Hey, I don't have to do anything. It's on you. You guys are all just standing in the dark right now.
I pushed the large man.
Tolgar walks forward.
All right. I mean, you all know what your movement is if you're just kind of walking or whatever. So each square is 10 feet. All right. So once Tolgar gets up here, you can definitely see a couple of the beams seem to be broken, and rocks have fallen in from either side, from the roof and from the sidewall. But there is easily a path through them to the other side.
Quite the cover they put in place. This wouldn't even fool a child if he just looked in.
Emlyn, you're used to liars. This here would completely confuse anyone who believes it's dangerous. People are willing to believe whatever you present them. Which brings me to the point. We were presented with maybe a lot of rubies earlier. Is anybody else thinking about that at all?
Oh, absolutely. We could definitely use that to extort some. Maybe extort might be too brutish of a word. Massage some extra supplies or things from the town, since it seems like these rubies are very important to them.
Or maybe purchase some extra sellswords, Togar, and pat him on the shoulder.
He'll probably give you some crap about if they're not part of his tribe, that they're not worthy, and he doesn't use sellswords, and the Scarblood tribe doesn't need to hire thugs. Arkansas, thanks for the resub. 35 months for you. Take your pants off and hit the hype.
If the manticores really like them,
Thanks,
maybe
Sil.
we can use that for something.
Oh,
I mean, you could always build a brothel with the money.
Yes.
Just gonna keep.
I see
mean,
no.
I think I can't afford to build another one.
Which way do we go?
Well, I have very little vision.
You can't
Right or
see
straight?
if Tolgar doesn't actually go somewhere. You don't get to see that much.
I think he's gonna go right.
Okay.
Oh man, this is so laggy for me. If anyone else wants to move Togar, feel free.
Sure. So
Togar just gets the end of the...
But basically, it appears to come to a dead end. It looks like it was probably more of like a guarding chamber for the mine carts. There's a discarded shovel laying on the ground, but despite that, it's really just a 30 by 20 open.
Someone left their shovel here. Told us to lean it up against the wall.
This mine is small.
Okay, so Tolgar picks it up and places it precariously against the wall because he just can't stand to have anything just laying around. Right?
Well, it curves up ahead, so to the left.
Take it back, I'll... One happens.
Take it
I think
back.
we all had the same idea as to where to walk, and it just all happened at the same time. Oh, there I go.
So basically, you can see that there is clearly a pathway that the rail tracks follow. Up ahead, there is a rail cart still sitting on the tracks. To the left appears to be a second tunnel that kind of goes round, and it just connects up with the rail cart itself. So with the rail tracks. It doesn't really look like there's much purpose for that, unless it's like a gathering point or an offloading point or something like that. Skitterness, thank you for the resub, my friend. Much love. Take your pants off, hit the hype. 4 months for you.
Alright, thanks, Skitterness.
It goes to the track goes to the left and then one straight.
That's all well and good, but which one takes us where we're going?
I think the best way to find out would just be to pick a course and stay upon it.
We don't know how deep these tunnels go. Just follow the big man.
Yes, that is usually my strategy in situations like this. Get behind the biggest person and stay there.
Alright, so Tolgar has decided north is the way to go. Alright.
What if something comes from behind?
Well, then I just teleport somewhere behind the other person. It's not that difficult.
try to keep everybody moving. If you would, if we can kind of maybe get it to where you all like move in unison, so that don't move twice. Let everybody catch up. Otherwise, it's leaving half the tokens off the map for chat. So,
Okay.
So yeah, don't move again until you know everybody else has moved.
Seems to be a room. A small one.
I feel like most rooms would be small to you, Tolga.
All right. The Togar sticks his head in and glances, holding his axe for light. He can see a large table with a pickaxe on it and 3 large empty crates sitting around it. There's also a huge big pile of dumped rock in the middle of the room that would probably appear to have been brought here from maybe deeper in the mine.
I will walk up to it and just kind of sift through it to see if I can find any rubies that everyone's been talking about.
All right, so you're going to start like just pulling the rocks aside and...
Yeah, just kind of sifting my hand through it and seeing if I can find anything.
Sure.
Rubble.
All right, you never know your luck, do you? Go ahead and if you will, give me a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
He's just after the first 20.
I just feel like that's something I would do.
17, okay, it's over 21. Well, there's clearly a good bit of iron ore in here, which leads you to believe that they probably didn't sift through it yet. Because if this is an ore mine, so at first glance you find a good bunch of ore. But I mean, it's a fairly large pile of rock. So finding clearly some coal and some rocks containing iron ore, do you want to continue to dig through, or do you want to just say, screw it?
I think I'd look one more time. If it seems like they haven't sifted through it, they might not have found something else in there.
Right, then
but
give me a
second
search, which would be another perception check, Felonius.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. Yeah, mostly that seems to be what you're finding. A good bit of iron ore. So this is a very live and prosperous mine, it would seem. But you don't actually find any rubies, unfortunately.
Okay. I would stand up and shake my hand off. It was just useless rubble. Nothing that we're looking for down here.
After he says that, I'm gonna go over there and just pick up a rock.
Okay.
Just a small rock. I'm gonna pocket it.
Okay.
You never know when you need a small rock.
You never know when you need to throw something as a distraction, or a counterweight, or
a small rock.
beat a barbarian on the forehead.
Something to put in a box and sell in the 80s.
Yeah, something to draw a face on and pretend it's alive. All right, okay.
I think we should go where the track doesn't. Because wherever DeWint wanted in here probably was off the beaten path.
That's a good point.
Quite an astute observation of you, Emily. I'm quite impressed.
I have my moments.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
He's a smart little ghost boy, isn't he?
Mm.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Kind of hard to tell from here. It's clearly some kind of substance on the floor, like a puddle of something, but difficult to see 30 feet away in the dark, even with torchlight.
What is that?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just loft a rock at it.
Okay. You hurl the newly found rock. That didn't last long.
Never know when you need
It
one.
lands in the substance, and you hear a kind of a satisfying...
Mud? Water?
Cave muck.
Is that a thing?
Yes it is. I'm gonna keep walking.
I've spent 2 years with Tolgar and his tribe. I've never seen cave muck.
Is it attacking us? I'm gonna No, okay. It's just cave muck.
Well, the track ends straight ahead, but except to the left.
You wish to go where the tracks do not?
It's just an idea. I have a feeling this is all circular. We go left, we're gonna go where we didn't down below, you know?
All right. So Tolgar can see that, yes, indeed, the tracks run out here. They've laid more, the beams of the rails run up to close to the wall. But clearly it looks like this is the last, they were mining here at this point, but they didn't mine any further. They obviously had intentions of doing so because they've been running the tracks further in that direction. But it actually has come to a resounding, solid dead end.
There's nothing.
Well, thank you. Well, wait.
What?
I'm gonna approach the dead end.
Okay.
Is it like caved in, or is it just
no?
a straight
It's
wall?
just unmined. I mean, you can see where it's kind of come to a point where they were picking away and mining here. This is as far as they got. It's not caved in at all.
Okay. I'm gonna just turn to Tolgar and shrug and be like, "Never mind. You were right."
Always right.
Oh, God. All right,
Sorry,
okay.
I covered the tiny square, so I couldn't turn Tolgar.
Okay, so Tolgar is going to head south down that track. Okay.
I'm gonna be quiet at this point in time as we walk.
Is Thelonious deliberately... Okay, I was going to say, is he deliberately staying 30 feet back, or...
No, just making sure everybody moved before I
Okay.
did. Per your instructions, sir.
Cool.
It is a dead end.
Yep, this too seems to come to a 30 by 30-ish chamber. The rail buffers at the far end show that this is a very deliberate stopping point.
What an exciting place.
Does anybody have... let's see. Yeah, does anybody have... What sort of histories do you guys have?
What the?
Night Striker, thank you for that resub. 29 months for you. Much appreciated. Take your pants off. Hit the height.
Huh?
Are there different kinds?
No, so
Yeah.
you guys have... in other words, does anybody have it as a proficiency?
I do.
Then you may make a check.
Okay.
Go.
Yay!
All right. Okay, so Snugs, you in your studious studies have learned, I mean, not that you would know necessarily how to mine, but you do know that a common practice is if they're mining an area, and once it either becomes very, very fruitful, they usually start to circulate out the area to see where the vein stops, to try to get an idea. And then once eventually they cease to find anything, of course, at that point they'll move on. So your best guess is, at one point, this chamber that you're in yielded a good bit of ore, but the fact that they've buffered it off probably means that they have quit mining in this chamber.
Well, upon further investigation, I have deduced that this is in fact a dead end.
I'm just gonna nod and be like, so we have the path we did take, and that sludge muck, as Kyla said.
Yes, the cave muck, as they so eloquently put it.
It's a thing.
All right, so you all
The only
going
thing
back
is-
to the muck chamber?
Yeah, I guess.
Alrighty, then I'm just going to go up there and you can move yourselves to it. Okay. Alright, so yeah. 30 foot by 20 foot comes to a dead end, and there is a big pile of some brown, squidgy substance at the end of it.
So in your... No, go ahead.
No, please. I think we were going to ask the same question. I will leave it to you.
Actually, I was going to ask you the question. In your studious studies,
Yes.
is there a reason to dig off and then stop with muck?
Well, I can recall I was going to actually ask Kyla, is there any more she could tell us about this cave muck?
Well, generally when I see something squishy and brown, I try not to touch it. Made me pretty useless as a farmhand, I'd tell you.
Yes, but
No,
some
we-
people make money off of touching things that are disgusting.
Well, then by all means.
It can't pay me, therefore I'm not interested.
All right, well, make way. So if no one else will do it, I'll just kind of walk up and kind of touch the muck with my finger and,
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a constitution check.
Okay.
It's shit! It's feces!
Con's over here.
Most likely.
Yep, that's all right.
It's the toilet. It's the mine toilet. I'm sorry.
He is dead.
Love it.
Ate shit and died.
One.
Okay, it's gooey, it's thick, it's foul tasting. Really never tasted anything quite like it before. You can't identify what it is. All you know is you have absolutely no desire to consume it.
Well, yes, this is how you have to investigate things, by using all of the senses. Taste, touch, smell, sight.
No.
I think I would have used all of them before I tasted it.
I did. Taste was the last option.
And you came to the conclusion that you should.
Absolutely. That's how you expand your mind. That's how you grow.
What if it killed you? You wouldn't be growing then.
It wasn't going to kill me, please. It takes much more than some cave muck to take out the great Thelonious culture.
How deep is it? That would have been my next question, besides you tasting it.
Well, when Kyla threw the rock, I believe it just sort of splat and didn't sink.
Yeah, you could definitely see the rock laying in the pile of brown sludge.
I still contend this is some refuse or discarded thing, which makes me wonder if there's a monster in here and it uses this tunnel to relieve itself.
Oh.
Didn't think about that, now did you?
Interesting thought. Interesting thought indeed. Onward!
I'd say this trip was well worth it. And I'm just gonna keep on.
Alright, so you begin to retrace your steps, heading back towards the mine entrance.
Excuse me. To the left we go.
To the left, everybody.
Technically, as we have reversed our direction, I believe it would be to the right.
It's, yeah, you know.
And you're just gonna see Emlyn do this.
Sorry's gonna-
Like, oh, right.
Alrighty.
Is this a bench?
No, it actually looks like it is one of the one of the beams that they lay the main rails on is just discarded off to the left.
Oh.
Alright, so the track itself has come to an end. There's yet again another cart buffer. However, curiously enough, it seems to continue on past that, but there are no rails that go that way. There is no track.
It's not quite a mine tunnel that end, is it?
Well, this is definitely playing into your theory from before.
Do the rocks here that Tolgar just passed, like, do they look like they were caved in itself?
Yes. So here's the deal. There are no supports here. There's no beams. There's no cross sections. This is not a firmed up section of mine. And as you can tell, it seems like several areas have kind of slipped and cave-ins have happened just because whoever mined down through here did not do so using typical mining etiquette. They didn't run the rail, they didn't firm it up, they didn't put any supports here. It seems rather strange and curious for such an organized mining crew to have a side chamber that they did not do due diligence on.
See dead rats.
Yes, indeed. Laying all around the ground in front of Lilith and Tolgar, you can see large, bloated, dead, black.
Can I do, being that this is kind of outside my wheelhouse, but I'm not entirely stupid, can I do a knowledge arcana to see if a particular spell which I know exists in which I know exists, is what could have been used to make this?
You can.
I know it's tricky. It's just
No, I mean, you can make a knowledge arcana check.
Okay.
But what spell were you thinking? Because you know the spell.
Like, yeah, the move through dirt, the stone shaping, the wall shaping. Like, because DeWint is a wizard, and
yeah.
So I know
you're left with the notion of it being a possibility, but honestly, you've got nothing that confirms or defuncts your theory.
So I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be quiet and just.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to pick up a rock.
All right. Pick up yet another rock.
This one's Clyde.
Okay, Tolgar begins to work his way down through the dead rats. As you get close to him, you can see that they are incredibly bloated. Like, they are probably close to the size of a small child's kickball. About this big around. Their heads are barely visible because the bodies have become so bloated. You can see the tail off the end. You can see feet sticking out because most of the body is succumbed and pressed down their legs. And their necks are gone to where really it's just like the face of a rat, a tail and 4 legs on a rat-shaped ball.
It's barbarian children. They were playing ball.
Kyla.
I'm tempted to line these up.
Does Tolgar want to do that? He wants to line them up in a line?
Probably. No one.
Probably, yeah. Start nudging them with the axe to roll them into a line on the side of the cave.
I could see Tolgar doing that.
All right. I'm gonna move it.
Are they gonna explode on us though? I mean,
carefully. Careful as a barbarian can be.
Just imagining this giant hunk of barbarian delicately picking up little rat balls and putting them next to each other is hilarious to me.
If the question was as to whether or not things do this when they
I
die...
want Tolgar to give me a dexterity check.
Yeah.
He's gonna pop them.
He's gonna pop one, yeah.
Well, it's possible. I mean, he is nudging them with a huge axe.
It's got a good
and
dexterity save.
they are incredibly stretched to. He's OCD and careful enough to just gently roll them into the corner. So no, he does not pop one.
I didn't realize I rolled that as Lilith. My bad. But it's Togar.
Okay.
Yeah,
It still would have been similar.
Yeah, it's just the name. Yeah. Togar, let's move on.
There's one more rat. Hold on.
While he's arranging those rats, am I able to get a closer look at and try to discern why they might be bloated?
If you wish.
Yes.
Been here for a while.
Knowledge
Give it a
nature,
taste.
please.
Give it a taste.
What was it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature. Okay.
Everybody else, just stop where you are for a second. Let me.
Okay.
When things die, they bloom.
All right. To back up your theory, give me a medicine roll.
Okay.
Okay. Something tells you it's not natural. When things die, there is a period of time when they do, as you know, bloat. But then eventually that usually stops and goes away. You're not entirely sure, hence the failed medical roll, you're not entirely sure what sort of time frame that is. But you're fairly sure that it's not as long as this has been. So it's a little bit disconcerting that they're still fully swollen and bloated like.
Okay.
This is not going to go well, is it?
No, something foul is at play here. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Can
Probably
you taste
best
it?
not to put your finger in it, yeah.
No, I don't taste everything. I know what a rat is
holy
like.
There it is.
Okay, so as Tolgar walks into the darkness, suddenly there is a
fucking xenomorph
thing.
pops
There is
out.
something there. Something hideous, something nasty. It just comes flying out the dark like it was crouched, poised, and waiting for him to arrive. Everybody roll initiative. Tolgar technically is surprised, so he will not get to act this round. So we are going to go ahead and do initiatives for everybody.
Doesn't Tolgar? I think Tolgar has a. He
Yeah, just roll
doesn't
a
get
one.
surprised, right?
I did just roll a 1.
Does he have a skill that means that is the case?
Let me check. I'm checking. No. If feral instinct, advantage on initiative rolls. Act normally when surprised.
Okay, in that case, then he will still get to. Yeah, if he gets to act normally when surprised, then he will still roll his initiative and he will go in his initiative point. So there
Nice.
you go. So where is
Oh,
Tolgar?
Kyla.
Yeah. I have a +8. I got a 9.
Tolgar on an 18. Alrighty. Let's see. My little friend. Let's do an GM roll.
Tolgar technically he has advantage on his initiative, but 18's pretty good. So
Well,
I'll roll it again just to be sure.
yeah, maybe. Why not? You have it.
You can roll it again if you want. You never know, you might get higher. Could be mission critical, who knows?
I say do it. No.
Oh, he is.
And the
Yeah,
odds
see,
are low, but-
what a waste of time that was.
Yeah, that was stupid.
wasting valuable game time by a pointless dice roll. Bloody shaggy. Sorry.
so this thing is albino.
Well, give me a second and I'll give you a
No, I
description
know.
of
It's
it.
just exciting. Looks so cool.
It's cave dwelling. It doesn't.
All
need-
right.
Yeah, it doesn't need. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what does this hideous thing look like? Well, first of all, let's get you all in the mood. Let's set them.
Father? Ooh.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Okay. The thing is about 9 feet tall. All of its bones can be seen poking through its white flesh. It has a huge tail with a massive spike on the end of it. Huge dripping fangs, massive claws, huge demonic horns that quite frankly, gives Emlyn horn envy, and glowing red eyes. There is a strange kind of noxious sulfuric smell in the air as you as it comes rushing forward. This nasty individual, as I said, it was you can only gather that it was poised, waiting to strike. As Tolgar comes into the cave, it leaps forward like in a huge bound, claws raised. Anybody else would have been surprised. Tolgar, with his battle prowess and readiness, grabs his axe and prepares to meet the thing head on. All right, so Lilith, you do have the first action. What do you want to try to do? There's little room between you and Tolgar.
How much taller is this thing than Tolgar? How tall is Tolgar?
Only about a foot, because Tolgar is like a 7-foot beast, so it's not much taller than him. And you're kind of right behind Tolgar as well, so Tolgar is like this huge block in front of you right now.
Would I be able to fire off a firebolt?
I would say that you have room, if you don't have room to probably pass Tolgar, but you definitely have room to reach around Tolgar to the left and hurl a firebolt. Yes, indeed.
Oh, God.
Oh.
All right, the firebolt flies through the air. It goes hurtling through the air and explodes against the wall, buzzing right underneath the thing's right arm and passing its right leg. Tolgar gets to act next. What does
also,
Tolgar
I'm going
want to do?
to push myself against the wall so that other people can try to get by me.
Okay, so you're going to use your move action to kind of basically dive back in behind Tolgar and press up against the wall. Sounds good. All right, Tolgar. What do you guys think Tolgar's going to do?
He has a stupid hat. An attack.
Okay, Tolgar wants to make an attack. Regular attack.
I don't...
Rage first, yeah?
Yeah, probably rage first.
Just as a reminder, because I know this is not your character, when Tolgar is enraged, he is not capable of rational thought. So, enraged barbarians don't think things through. They don't have plans. They don't... it is a kill, murder, massacre, kill, massacre mentality. That doesn't mean that they will turn on you and kill you, but, don't try to be too tactical if he is enraged, because basically it is an all-out charge in and wade in weapons first.
Oh, is that what he's doing, guys?
Is that what you all think he would do?
I mean, if this thing jumped out, I think he would. Yeah, I think he would personally.
Yeah. Okay. So Tolgar. Okay. So he takes enrage, and then wants to go ahead and attack. All right.
Doesn't he attack twice?
Does he? I don't know. I just pushed attack.
He has an extra. Yeah, that's. I think
I believe he
they
does.
get extra attack. Yeah.
Does he have 2 attacks?
Jane.
And they would be at
Can you hit
different.
it
And if
again?
he does, that they would be different modifiers too, right? Let's look, shall we?
Let's see the.
I think she get
In
2
the
attacks at
BAB.
level
Yeah,
8.
5th level extra attack.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's go to
Same
weapons. No, it won't be.
It says beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Doesn't say anything about changing.
Are
it up.
you using? So you're using the Great Axe Rage button?
Yes.
Okay, then
That's
yes,
what
just hit that again. Because he just does that twice. It's not like in 3.5 where the numbers are different. All right, okay. Holgar swings his mighty axe as it crashes into the creature with the first one. Roll his damage.
Isn't it there?
It's right there, yeah. 19 and 16.
Oh, there it is. It's on the macro. Good deal. Well, that makes life easy, doesn't it?
35? 35? Am I reading that right?
All right. Okay. As Tolgar hits the thing, it's a really weird sound. It doesn't sound like hitting regular flesh or whatever. It almost feels like he's hitting armor.
Awesome.
Okay. So he smashes into the thing, but considering the sheer might and strength from the huge barbarian, he's somewhat surprised at the little amount of damage that he's seen to him. Of course, Tolgar probably isn't paying too much attention to that, but Lilith and probably Emlyn can notice that. Okay. It's going to attack next. And
He has armor, Glenn.
Tolgar is its realistically only target. Okay. So it lashes forward with the first of its mighty claws. We'll hit an AC of 17. What is Tolgar's AC?
Does it
Enraged.
change when he's enraged? Yeah.
When he's enraged, it's
enraged.
diminished.
Oh,
diminished,
well, his
okay.
armor class only says 18.
So if it's diminished, it probably hit. Yeah.
Let's see. Why doesn't he have all of his stuff on his?
It just says advantage on strength checks and saves, increased damage, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, and that it lasts a minute. And it doesn't say anything about diminished AC.
I thought. Oh, it may not actually. You might be right.
We're in 5e. It's different.
No, that's not what I'm
5e.
thinking. Hold on. Oh no, you know what? It's not. I don't think it's that. I think it's that he can't choose to take a dodge action or anything like that.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So then it's a miss.
All right, so he has an 18 AC. All right. It swipes at him with the second of its massive claws. And it will hit with that
That's a
one.
hit.
All right. He will take 5 points of slashing damage, which actually means he only takes 3 points of slashing damage. And then you notice it kind of ducks its head to the side and its tail whips out from over its shoulder. And it slams into Tolgar's shoulder. Almost exactly where that miner was hit. What are the odds? Alright, he takes... From the tail itself, 5 points of piercing damage. And he needs to make a Constitution save.
Got it. All right.
Which he succeeds, so
Nice.
all is good at this point.
Oh, I forgot to change my name again.
Yeah.
Okay, for its movement, it's not going to leave it is going to kind of turn and shuffle around Tolgar. So it like slashes at him, and then as it sticks him with its tail, it kind of like side shifts to the left. Like it's intelligent enough to know that there are more of you, and it's positioning the wall and Tolgar between you and it. Emlyn.
It's just from the back. You're gonna hear me say, in Infernal, the language of Infernal, we are not your enemy. We are your friend. Talk to us. Don't attack us.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Convincing.
squeeze. I'm gonna squeeze this way using my movement. Oh. Flag is real.
Okay. In Infernal, it basically says, I have been pacted to protect this chamber. All who enter here are my enemy. And then it lets out a infernal bellowing.
Jowint is a dick.
Okay. But it would have been considered like, yeah, you move from there to there. That's about as far as you could have done while squeezing behind Tolgar. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you're good.
Attack twice with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Alrighty.
So I squeeze through while talking and pew pew.
All right. And that's a regular attack, right? Ranged attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of the blasts. The first one, it kind of pulls its head to the right as the blast goes past its ear. The second one goes straight for its chest, and it side turns its upper body, and the thing buzzes merely inches away from the center torso of the mighty beast. You did not hit it.
Yeah.
Snugs, what does the loneliest want to do?
Yes, so can I see? I have a line of sight on it, even though no.
Definitely not. You've got Tyler in front of you. You've got Tolgar here. You've got Lilith there. Yeah, the chances of you being able to have any kind of clear line of sight to that thing through all of those bodies is pretty much.
I just mean in order just to see it. I mean, because it is tall.
You can
Just so I
see
know.
little flashes of bony white periodically.
Okay. So since I don't really have an angle and I can't really, I'm not going to be able to squeeze through here. I will just kind of push Kyla. Get out of the way. Let me get a closer look and shimmy up to the wall here.
Okay.
And I think I can't do much, so I'm just going to hang there then.
All right. Yeah. From there. Yeah, you could barely see it anyway with the wall there. Okay.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right. Kyla.
Can I do a shot from here?
No.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, you've got Tolgar, and you don't have a clear line of sight without,
Okay, so would I be able to squeeze behind Tolgar at this point, or no?
You can. Basically, if you consider like going from here to here would be considered difficult terrain, so that's 25 feet. So you could probably get just to the opposite side of Tolgar.
Yeah, I'll probably want to do that, and then why is it being laggy? Oh, it doesn't let me move through the dark there. Okay.
No, it won't let
Probably-
you cut corners. You'll have to.
Try and buddy next to
Okay.
Emlyn here,
All right.
and yeah, I think I'm just gonna take a regular old shot
Okay.
at this point. It's not gonna do much, but it might help maybe in the long run. Okay. Regular old tackle. Here we go. Oh, come on.
Ooh. Alrighty. That's a nice roll there, buddy.
That's like my third one. It's tonight only.
All right. I don't actually have the fumble table in here, and it wouldn't be applicable for 5e anyway. So basically, yeah, it's more of a pull the bow back, and you realize that you don't have the knock of the arrow properly rested, and as you extend it, pull back, suddenly the arrow goes twing, and kind of just goes tsh, clashes against the side and drops down at your feet. And an incredibly unimpressive and embarrassing fashion. All right.
Yeah, Goat Boy, would you mind picking that up?
No. Yikes.
Whew, that was
Hold
ugly.
on.
Okay.
One more thing we have to...
Don't say that.
That was a
yeah,
pretty damage.
I'll say that. I'll say that.
Hmm.
Okay, what is your AC, Thelonious?
My AC is
And this would
It's
be not including your dex.
11.
Okay. All right. So basically, you are suddenly aware of something slash into your flowing robe behind you. Fortunately, all it hit was cloth. Didn't hit anything other than cloth.
Oh no!
Rats.
The rats exploded.
But something is behind you and just took a swipe in
Oh,
your
shit.
general direction. Okay, top of the new round, Lilith.
I'm gonna cast Bane.
Okay. Populated.
on whatever the hell this thing is.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's make a charisma saving throw whenever a target that fails a saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. The target must roll a d4 and subtract that number from the attack roll for 1 minute. So that's basically 10 rounds. Okay. Charisma base. And your DC for Lilith is... So you've got a 3 plus your your charisma bonus of 4, so it's 7, so that'd be a 15.
So does my focus come into play there? I'm not sure how to
focus?
5e, I'm sorry. My spell focus on a specific group of... Is that what that means?
It depends.
Here, I'll find it on the sheet that you sent me. Spellcasting focus, you can use a spellcasting focus or group.
Okay, what it
It's
basically...
a spellcasting focus.
Yeah. Basically, so it means that you don't have to use material components to cast your spells because it counts as the material component.
Oh, okay.
Unless
I thought it was.
Unless the material component has a monetary value, in which
Okay,
case it doesn't. So, for example,
I thought it was,
no. Thelonious has Identify. He has to have a pearl that is worth 100 gold to be able to cast Identify. So he has
right,
one of those.
I understand what
Yeah.
that means. For some
Okay.
reason, I was thinking it was related to,
No,
you know, where you get like a boost on certain spell groups.
right. Not if it's not the spell focus.
Okay, so it's 15.
1d20. Alrighty, 15 or higher is required, and I'm afraid he passes. So,
He has a +7. Jesus.
look, it's a demon or devil.
Yeah,
Did I
but
say?
I mean, I guess they. I mean, look at Lilith. Okay.
Right, yeah. Tolgar. Mr. Enrage.
I think he just attack again, right? I mean, move forward and
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just get
Back
up
into it.
into this beast's butt and swing away.
alright.
I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, dude.
Alright, Tolgar hits it once for 11. Once again, though, doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage to this thing. It really doesn't. It is going to retaliate itself. Okay, first claw swipes at Tolgar and will
Ooh.
hit. Second claw swipes at Tolgar and
Miss.
will miss by 1.
Yep.
And a stabby, bony tail will hit as well. Okay, so he takes from the claw. He takes half of this. He takes 5. All right. From the tail. All right, once again, this time it stabs him in the thigh, does 11, so he'll take 6. I think that's a total of 20 he's taken. Actual total damage. And once again, he needs to make a save. And it is a DC 14, which again he passes. Okay. Emlyn.
I am going to move back here and turn to face the
hang on.
thing.
I need to roll the initiative of
the thingies.
the other thingy. It was deliberately waiting until the end of combat last time, but this time it's going to actually, now it knows that you know it's here. Oh, it's going dead last. Alright. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you are going to run to that side of the room.
And cast one of my big gun spells, Blights.
Light. Okay. Alright. It has a DC 16 con save, or it will take 34 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
Unless it saves.
Yep. The DC 6. Good thing. And it has a Emlyn. Yep, 16 is correct. And it fails.
Ooh,
Alrighty. Oh, hold on. Nope. I get to roll that again. It has advantage on that.
Come on.
So I'm going to say Interitus when I cast it.
And it still fails.
Nice.
Okay, so you're lucky.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Interitus.
Okay.
Arthritis?
And let's see. That is necrotic energy, so...
Interitus, actually.
Alright, 34 points. That really did seem to actually affect the thing. Okay, as the blast of necromantic energy slams into the creature, you can see it kind of like its knees buckle just for half a second as the energy begins to drain from it. So it's a total of 34 on that.
nice.
I hope it doesn't look at me.
Alrighty. Okay. Nugs.
So feeling something that attacked me, I'm going to turn around, and what do I see?
Okay, so basically you see a little red imp. A nasty little imp, little creature. And,
Oh, it's so cute.
yeah, basically, much like its larger brethren, it has a stinger.
Okay.
So you kind of spin around, it looks up at you and goes, as it poises its tail ready to strike. It's only a couple of feet tall. And it has a mischievous look on its face.
That was really good. Okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll kind of just skirt a little bit this way, not to, run from it or anything, and I'll see what happens if I try to hit it with a firebolt one time. See what that does.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Aw, you killed it.
It's so cute.
So I'll throw it up there and cast it.
There it is.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Let's
nice.
go.
That's
The
quite a
wizard
fireball.
Natural 20!
Yeah, it is.
And that is the first natural 20 of the night. Not the worst time to get a natural 20.
Who voted for me,
The
huh?
one person that bet on you, which was
Yay, Chris
Tactics, wins gold. He's the only person that had any faith in you whatsoever. Alrighty.
That's
The
rare.
damage. So you basically, your 2d6 only yielded that, but you got a 14 points of additional damage from the crit, for a total of 20. All right. Ooh. You blast the imp. Literally, it smashes into it, throws it against the wall, and it just falls to the ground. You hear it like as you see its crispy, charred little wings. It twitches for a moment, and then is disappeared.
Like it crispy, taste it.
Yeah, stick your finger in that.
It is dead. That imp was no match for your mega firebolt.
So it's dying. It was a dying laugh.
Yeah, it was a momentary. And it was like Okay. Oh. Okay. So yeah, it clamps on the floor, and you see it kind of all singeing and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What is Kyla gonna do?
Kyla is going to skirt around this way to the other corner of the room, try and get a good vantage point on his backside there, and begin firing at him now.
All right. All right, go right ahead.
Okay. Just gonna shoot regular. I am shooting regular. Okay.
What's that mean?
Without any of my fancy stuff on it yet.
That is a hit. Okay, the arrow slams into the creature.
Ooh.
Much like before, it really just doesn't dig in very far at all. It does little to no damage to the thing.
Aww.
But you hit it. Okay. Right, Thelonious, what are you doing now you've done that?
Oh, is it my turn already again?
No, it's not your turn. I just wanted to know, after you killed the imp, if you were...
Yeah, I would probably try to start moving into this direction, kind of over here.
All right, well, as you're contemplating that...
Uh-huh.
Ian.
You are suddenly aware of something creeping around behind you again. As you kind of like spin around, you basically see the imp try to swipe you with its tail as it lays on the ground. It's got one eye open, and its tongue is out, like... as it tries to swipe at you with its tail. And it's then that you realized the little bastard's playing dead. It isn't dead at all. But it missed you, fortunately.
Okay.
After it misses you, its movement is to jump up on its feet. It spins around, lifts its tail, and basically shows you its ass.
Okay.
In a resounding insult. It's like...
What an obnoxious little creature.
Can we keep it?
Yes, can we keep it?
And there's a reason evil wizards like these things as familiars. Okay. Lilith.
Alright, so
you're aware of
hearing
all this weirdness going on behind you. The high-pitched laughter.
Yeah, hearing all this weird little giggling behind
Flash
me.
of fire.
and- What are you doing back? Oh. What the? Okay, I'm gonna try to whip it.
Whip it. Whip it good. Dun, dun, dun.
I was just gonna do that.
I think we all were.
Nice.
Ooh, very nice.
Ready? All right. Yeah, it's a solid hit. You whip the little creature for 8 points damage. All right. Okay. Yeah. The lash of the whip leaves a little mark across its chest. It kind of looks at it. It spins around and kind of like gets stuck with the whip. It looks down, and then you see it look at you, and it kind of goes and growls at you with a really kind of high pitched. Terrible attempt at a growl. Tolgar.
Continuing to fight, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Despite all of this possibly going terribly wrong.
On Tolgar. Mighty barbarian. Hits it twice. Alright, hits.
No,
Only
it
once.
hits
That first
hits
one
once.
was-
Oh, I was looking at yours. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Blast of the axe. It's its turn again. It is still going for Tolgar.
Ooh.
Jesus.
That was a miss, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the tail.
All right. So
Nice.
only one claw lands. Right. It sinks down low, breaks its claw across Tolgar's leg. That will do 5 points. Right. Tolgar has taken a total damage of 25 so far. Alrighty. Okay. Emlyn.
Against my better nature, I'm going to move behind it. Oh, I really don't want to. It's like a really bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna move behind it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say Vitam Exaria, and I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch, and I'm gonna try to drain its life.
Okay. Pop it up. Gotta hit it first, of course.
Yeah, it's all in the. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
No.
Oh, jeez.
But I have it. My hand is sheathed in black power, and I'm gonna. It's a concentration spell, so
That's right.
I might have missed, but I still have it active.
Yep.
So I went like, "Wah," and I missed.
Yep. You can do it basically 9 more times or 9 more rounds until you
Do
all the
I
time.
have advantage because Tolgar's in front, or is that too much to ask?
Technically, you are in melee with it, and Tolgar is in melee with it, so you do have flanking, which would be advantage.
Nice.
All right. So
So yeah,
I'll have it rolled into 1. I still miss.
you'll miss, but hey, you want all those rolls. Okay, Snugs. Okay, so yeah, you are fully aware that the imp is still alive.
I'm gonna whip back around again and just sort of scowl at it and then shoot another firebolt at it.
Okay.
Go away! And then I'll cast. Ooh.
All right, you. Being small, it kind of like leaps to the side, and the fireball implodes on the wall, kind of next to. You're very dangerously close to a recent haven there. Make a dice roll. All right. So what actually happens is when the fireball hits the wall, you notice that some of the rock begins to kind of slip and roll.
Crushing the.
And it's not a huge thing, but it definitely the more of it rolls out, reminding you how unstable this particular corridor is. The imp kind of glances around behind it to see what the hell happened, to make sure that it's not being crushed. Unfortunately, it didn't come out far enough. So, okay, Kyla.
Gonna get behind the guy now, and try and just plug him from behind.
All right. What's your range?
Range? It's
12 feet.
It's a longbow, isn't it?
You have a longbow.
That's right. That's gonna make it hard.
I think you might have disadvantage
Hmm.
shooting at close range.
Right.
But well, I don't know. You might just be far enough out, actually. I think you might be.
Troubleshooting.
You are far enough out. You're okay. You don't have to have disadvantage.
Okay. Cool.
Because it's only if you're within 5 feet or basically in actual melee distance, which you are not. So you're good.
Right. Okay. Got the right one open. Okay. Just regular old shot.
That's a hit.
Woo! Nice. Ooh.
Alrighty.
I poked him.
Okay. I mean, at this point, the creature looks slightly bloodied. It's taken some damage, but honestly, most of it seems to really have been the effects of Emlyn's necrotic magic. The melee weapons, the ranged weapons, don't seem to be really doing a whole lot to this. It's more like leaving little teeny tiny bruises or nicks. There's nothing significant. It's the imp's turn.
Gross. Great.
All right. Once again, it whips its little tail towards. Oh, and I think this time,
Yeah,
with
that
an
won't hit.
evil grin on its face, as it feels its tail dig through the robes and find something a little bit more solid. Alrighty.
Please don't kill the wizard, Mr. Imp.
Alright, you take 5 points of damage from the being impaled by the tail spike, and you must make a constitution save, my good man. Which you fail.
Oh.
You immediately take a further 13 points of damage as the venom begins to seep into your skin and veins.
Those little bastards causing you some damage. Jeez.
Yeah, he's a nasty. Imps can be nasty to kids. Alright, let's. Alright, nope, that's all.
Okay.
Have that addition back to you. Okay. Alrighty. Lilith.
Alright, so I'm gonna glance back over my shoulder, wanting to help them and try to get information out of this thing, but I can't good conscience leave this old man, like I have a conscience, this old man back here with this thing.
This old man back there has been stabbed to death by a teeny tiny imp.
Step up over here and try my own firebolt.
Okay.
I mean, what does that say about you if you're the one who hired this guy?
Alright, the firebolt blasts the thing. Once again, it smashes into it, and you see the little creature hit the wall and and slump to the ground as you see the remnants of the singe go up in the air.
Okay, now knowing this and seeing this happen, see if it's actually dead or, some sort of that it has a trick up its sleeve at this point.
All right. Tolgar gets to act first.
Okay, I just wanted to ask for future. All right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When it's your turn, you can totally investigate.
He has
Perfect.
advantage this time.
Yep, Tolgar has advantage.
Nice.
Even though he's not doing much damage to it.
Still, Togar with advantage is it's a nice sentiment.
Who's,
Not
who's,
at all.
Sentiment.
yeah, who's rolling?
I'll give me a second.
All right.
Sweet.
Gotta get into weapons.
And you don't forget, you can turn on and roll with advantage. If you want to. All right, so that would be a miss, and the advantage roll makes it a hit. All right. Okay, and the second attack.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't think you need to roll that again, do you?
Natural 20!
All right, so that's he gets a crit, smashing the thing right down on the head. That'll actually do a total of 26. It was an incredibly solid blow. Like, Tolgar brings the axe down right on the top of this thing's cranium. And you literally see as it hits, you can sort of see the vibrations go through Tolgar's massive forearms. As he's like... And as he pulls the axe clear, there's little more than a slight scar and an indentation on the thing's head. If Tolgar wasn't enraged, he'd probably yet again be staring like... But he doesn't care enough about it. He's pissed off. Alright, it's turn. Okay,
You got both hits on there, right, Gore? Because you only said 26. You got the other one as well, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 26 was the last one. The first one, he did 18.
Okay, cool.
Okay. This thing is going to... Right, okay, its move action, it just turns sideways and is kind of like repositioning itself tactically. Alright, this time it's going to attack with the tail first. And the tail is not going at Tolgar. It is going at Emlyn. Alright, lucky Emlyn.
Minus
thing
14.
Goes,
Yeah.
and Emlyn just manages to sidestep as this thing narrowly misses his shoulder. Alrighty. The claw on the left, it swipes at Tolgar, and it will hit.
It's alright.
Delivering 8, which is actually 4, so 9. And the other claw is also going at Emlyn. And that will hit. Oh, that's supposed to have a...
It's right to me.
I'll take it.
Looks pretty right to me. Looks like a 1.
Yeah, what do you get? Plus 4, that's right. Okay, yeah, 5. I was making sure the plus was right. Alright, so yeah, you get scratched for a total of 5 there, Mr. Emlyn. Alright, Snugs.
Okay, so I'm gonna again whip this thing and just see if I can discern if it's actually dead this time instead of just playing dead.
Okay, you kind of look at it, squinting at it, trying to get an idea as you're getting a little closer, and then suddenly the thing goes and jumps back up on its feet. It clearly is not dead. No.
It's gonna kind of make me stumble back just for a second, and then throw another firebolt at it.
Okay.
Stupid little thing, man. All right, that's good. Oh my god. Not the best.
Alrighty. Nope. The fireball goes buzzing past it and hits the wall on this side. Does not hit it. Tyler.
Right. So I wasn't sure earlier the time period between the Manticore and this, if I could transfer my Hunter's Mark from that to this, since the other one's out of my range.
What does your Hunter's Mark say?
For Hunter's Mark, you can.
I think
you can't transfer it. That. Oh, maybe you can.
Well,
yeah, you can. It's
it depends on the circumstances.
The concentration is up to an hour. If something goes out of the range or dies, I can transfer it.
Right. I believe you are correct, and that would definitely count as being out of range.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm just not sure if. It's been that hour, or if I have to recast it or not.
Yeah,
Basically, I just need to know if I'm recasting it.
Yeah, let me see. You would have to recast it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But you
So
can,
I guess,
you can definitely do it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Go ahead and throw that in there.
All right. Okay. Because all that really happens is even if the other one was in effect, this would just override it.
Yeah.
You can only have one concentration spell going in at any one time. So, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you'll deal an extra 1d6 points of damage to the creature
If I hit.
if you hit. If you hit.
So let's try and hit.
So close, but not quite enough.
Dang.
It kind of like, as in the middle of the throes of combat, as you fire the arrow, it's just as it lifts its claw ready to strike, and the arrow's like flies underneath its arm. Would have been a hit. Okay. The imp. Once again, evilly and wickedly dives at Thelonious. Tail first, flashing as fast as it can do so towards you. Its whippy-like little tail comes wiping out from behind its back and misses you. Lilith.
Alright, let me check one of my skills real quick.
Okay.
Or my abilities. Alright, I am gonna take a step around this thing. I gotta be able to move. Square.
Move around it.
Yep.
Yep, which you can totally do as long as you don't leave its range of It doesn't get an attack of opportunity, so that's fine.
And I'm going to use
From behind.
from behind.
Okay, so basically, if you're flanking it, which you are, your attacks with the whip basically will go around its. It's kind of like a garrote move, and you'll get to do an extra 2d6 damage if you hit. Which you will. Okay, so it'll do 8 plus 2d6 for another 8. Okay. Okay, you see the whip go flying out of kind of the crack of the whip, goes buzzing out, and as she pulls it back, it wraps right around the creature's neck.
Was that a crit or something?
No, it wasn't a crit. It was a whip crack. But it's kind of like as soon as it goes in, she pulls it tight, and the thing's like, and it grabs hold of the whip. Lilith sticks her boot in its back and pulls as hard as she possibly can. Its eyes begin to bulge. If it wasn't already bright red, it would be a darker shade of red, I guess. But you can see it is clearly gasping and choking. And then something kind of disgusting happens. Its head pops up. Like, he's like, and it suddenly goes. The head rolls across the floor. Now you're fairly convinced that maybe it's dead this time. I mean, it doesn't have a head. Maybe. Okay. Tolgar.
Did you miss me?
Did I?
Because Tolgar's gonna go, and then if the thing goes, I didn't go since the last time it attacked me.
Yeah.
Oh, then you got missed. So what do you want to do? Go ahead and have that attack now.
Well, I took damage, right? So
you did take some damage, yeah. But that only matters if you're trying.
Well, I have my vampiric touch in play.
Oh, okay, so yeah, for vampiric touch. So how much damage you take? Not much.
5.
All right, so it would be half of the. It's basically a 10, right? I think. Hang on.
Yeah, it's half the damage or 10, I think.
And I
Okay.
believe. I do apologize for having to double check this because I am a little rusty. It's been a while.
It's all good.
Equal to 10 or half the damage, whichever number is higher. That's right. So yeah, it is 10.
All right.
Yay!
And you pass. So you do what you
Nice.
want. Do what you want.
Okay. So I would do another. I would use my vampiric touch. No longer have advantage, but
You don't hit it.
Jeez.
Never mind. It was an interesting try. Okay, now it is Tolgar's go.
Okay.
It's like death.
I don't think I've ever hit with vampiric touch during a combat encounter ever. Just fun
Well, the
fact.
thing with vampiric touch, it requires you to hit something in melee, and it's usually badass shit with high AC when you need it, right? So
yeah, right.
it's a great spell in theory. All right, who's rolling for Tolgar?
2 attacks.
Yep.
Oh, you got it, Satch?
I can.
You don't have disadvantage.
Do my best.
You don't have advantage this time, so yeah, 2 attacks.
Go for it, buddy.
Rage time. Here's one. Ooh, looks like normal.
That's
Yes.
a hit.
Woohoo!
And then the second one.
Ooh, and that.
3 extra.
Was that a crit or something?
Icing on top.
That is a crit, so a little bit extra, so total of 20. Alrighty. Holgar delivers another solid blow to the thing's head, and again, it's like, what does it take to dent this bloody thing? Okay, it's its turn. Okay, being a wicked little shit that it is, and realizing it's having little to no effect on Tolgar, Tolgar's having little to no effect on it. It's not the stupidest creature in the world. It's gonna go all out on Emlyn.
Ah.
First claw, second claw, and the tail.
Right, well, the tail, I am using a class action ability as a reaction, Entropic Ward.
Okay. So if you use it, basically,
Because
well, but it hit with the tail, right?
yeah, but it imposes disadvantage on the tail attack, so he has to roll again.
Oh, okay. You're using it for that purpose. That's
Yeah.
work. Okay, that's cool. And
I don't want the tail to hit me. It's basically it. Oh,
and it still did.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, claw damage. I'll roll both of those together.
Ouch.
The 2 claws do a total of 13. The tail is going to dig a little harder. That is going to deliver 11 from the tail itself, and you a constitution save. The 14. Hey, made it! Look at him go. All right. Yes, you resist its unpleasant effects, so you just take the impaley goodness. All right, Snugs.
Okay.
Is it
Pretty
dead?
sure that it's
Is
dead.
it? Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah, is it? I'm going to finally come into this main chamber here and let's see, get as far back as I can. about here.
Yeah, that's about right.
And I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Level 3.
Alrighty.
And I'm not sure. So, throw the spell up here. So it'll be.
So when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2 level or higher, the spell creates 1 more dart for each slot level above the first. So are you using a level 3 slot?
Yes.
So then it's 2 additional d4s.
Plus 2, right?
Well, it creates 3 plus the 2, so he'll do 5d4 plus 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it does 3 glowing darts, right? Which is 1d4 plus 1 each.
Oh, yeah. So it's 5.
And then you get 1 more dart for each slot above the first. So you got 1 extra dart for the second level slot, and 1 extra dart for the third level slot.
It's 5d4 plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, just roll the damage.
All right.
No, you just roll 5d4 altogether.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, just do /R 5d4 plus 5. Much faster.
Much faster.
Okay. 5d4 plus 5. Okay. Here we go. Ooh,
there we go. Oh, a couple of ones in there. All right, that seems to... So the balls go flying through the air and slam in its chest. Effect. Because, you know,
yes.
Why not?
I want the effect.
It's all your magic missiles. Look.
Hey, confetti.
Okay, right, for 16 points of damage. Yeah, that definitely hurt it. It didn't seem to shrug that off the way it has the arrows and the axe. It was like, as the balls blast into it, it's like, and grimaces and snarls at you. And you kind of see its eyebrows quaint, and its tail begins to raise and poise. You get the decided feeling that you might be next. All right, Kyla.
All right. So basically, my sneak attack works when I have advantage on the roll.
And Skinnerness, thank you for the kind donation, buddy. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Skinner.
And let me just go ahead, and while we're at it, let me go ahead and read if you left a message. Let's see. Because I feel like being cheeky. All right. There you go. Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, give it a second to update. Okay. Yep. So
that's weird. Yeah, 5e is weird with that. But if I have advantage on a roll, then it does the because I had to read back over it. It didn't seem right to me. But if I have advantage on a roll, I can do my sneak attack damage.
Maybe.
Because I was thinking Kyle was probably pissed about the arrows just flying and not doing anything at this point.
So she's thinking of getting in melee?
Yeah, she's probably just going to pull out her dagger and basically jump on this thing's back and start stabbing.
There it goes. I was waiting for it to update. There it goes. All right. Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, you're close enough to get straight into melee if you want to.
Cycling around, getting mad, and then just...
And
pow.
You will get disadvantage because you have Tolgar across from the plane from you.
I get disadvantage?
You get advantage, sorry.
Advantage, okay. Yeah. So then I also get my sneak. Okay. So here's the weapon roll. See if I hit. Didn't ask if it was. Oh, because it's rolling both.
You did hit.
Okay. So then it also gets my sneak attack damage, which I think is. Let me go back and check. Because I am 2d6.
It's a few d6. Yeah.
Yep.
Couple of d6s extra.
Nice.
For 4. That's a total of 11. All right. Okay. You kind of like pick the perfect position where you think this thing's kidneys may be and go to work with the dagger. It's perfectly placed. Unfortunately, yeah, again, it's like hitting a sheet of frigging steel. The dagger just doesn't dig in as it really just kind of like scrapes across the surface. All right, the imp. is dead, so we won't worry about
my
that.
God.
Lilith.
You scared me there for a second.
I was out of there anyways. I wouldn't have like. I'm
He's
done.
like,
I'm
screw
out.
that
I'm done.
thing, I'm going home.
Yep. Done.
All right, Lilith.
Rock down on it.
You did actually decapitate the imp fair and square, and it is still a done. So,
All right, we're gonna move around here, and I'm gonna hiss at this thing. I don't speak Infernal, so I'm just gonna invoke the name of Malconthet and hope that it looks at me.
okay.
And if it does look at me, I'm using telepathic gaze.
So you're going to hiss at it and holler the name of Malconthet. I'm going to say, give me an intimidation roll. See if you actually, whether you're intimidating enough to draw its attention. 11?
It doesn't give a shit.
No, I would have said if it's over 10, you're hollering pretty damn loud, and anytime something new enters the fray, this thing is vigilant enough to be combat aware. So yeah, it's paying attention. It glances over to look at you for sure. All right. Now this is an ability, not a spell. The thrall can communicate via telepathy with any creature within 100 feet that meets her gaze. She can read surface thoughts. The target can attempt to resist with a will save. If the thrall succeeds, she gains advantage on her next attack roll against the target, or +3 on any skill or ability check versus it. It's got a DC of 15. All right, will save. Okay. And 15 or higher, or no? No! Okay, yes.
Nice.
Ooh.
Alright, well, this thing can actually communicate telepathically without a problem. So, you can read its surface thoughts. Its surface thoughts are, before I leave this plane, I will take this tiefling with me. That's its surface thought. How dare it think that it has the right or privilege to contain demonic blood? That's its surface thought. And you get +3 on your next attack roll against it, or any skill or ability check versus it.
All right.
Primarily, you know that it is gonna go for Emlyn, and you can use that to your advantage, knowing that you're probably going to get a licking. Okay, so what do you want to do?
Oh, I can do something else?
I believe... that's only an action, right? So you can still move if you want to?
Oh, well, I moved at the beginning.
Oh, okay, so you move... Oh, yeah, that's right. You moved over here, and then you did that as your action. Okay, fair enough. All right. Olgar!
Probably still choppy.
Yeah.
Can't think otherwise. Mad.
Yep. Attack.
Probably more mad than ever before. So, does he gets advantage now, right?
Yes, because you're flanking.
All right.
That's a hit.
Then here's the other. These little tabs for advantage. It's cool.
Yeah.
This is a really well made sheet.
All right. It is. Okay, you notice this time as Tog. I mean, as he's just smashing into it with everything he's got, putting every grimace and piece of rage behind it. Even though it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot in the fact of big open wounds or stuff like that, that time he definitely heard ribs break. It doesn't show much, but he heard something crack on the inside of this thing. And you literally see the thing kind of wince in pain as the axe slams into his chest. All right, with that, He can, with complete disregard, he dives at Emlyn with everything he's got. Screaming.
I'm not being missed again, am I?
Screaming infernally as he does so. You're coming with me.
All right. Well, after the first roll,
all right. Do you want to?
Well, the only thing I can do after the first roll is a reaction. So that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
Like the only time
DC
it really works.
16 dex save. Let's see. And he fails. So 15 points of fire damage.
But that still hits me. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright. Yeah. It engulfed in flames, but didn't seem to do anything really. Alright, so you take claw damage. Oh, that's going to be wrong. Add 4 to that. So 9 for the first claw. For the second claw attack, also hits.
Mm-hmm.
A 10.
Yep.
And the tail
Yep.
also hit. Anything you want to? Anything you can do in reaction to that?
No, I just
That was it, right?
I would have done something that last time he hit me. I just I hope I'm not being skipped. But okay. Yeah, Emlyn falls down.
And for 13, and you have to make a reflex save. I mean, Constitution save.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is a fail. So add to that a little more.
Well, I mean, I'm already down, so.
Oh yeah, but it's 5. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
The only difference is, so you, how much is the total? What damage did you take when that put you down? That's 13. I don't think it. What's your maximum hit points?
51. It's not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, still. Ouch.
Oh. Good. I'm gonna roll it anyway. And you would have taken an additional 16, which doesn't matter. Okay. But that's all still part of the same hit that put you down. So you are down on the ground and you are in death save territory. Okay. It is your first round. So you have to roll a d20. First death save. Wah, wah. That's a bad one, so that's a negative. 1 failure. Alright, Snugs, what do you want to do?
Seeing Emlyn go down, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 4. I'm throwing everything I got at this guy.
Alright, so
that's all I have.
that'll give you 6d4 plus 6.
Okay.
A 24! Now, the advantage of this is, while the thing has magical resistance and gets advantages on all saving throws against all spells, there is no saving throw against Magic Missile.
Yep.
So it eats every bit of it. The magic missiles blast into the thing. As it does so, you hear it go, and then the voice disappears, and then there's just the semblance of an echo lift going through the cavern as the thing disappears in a blasting puff of sulfur. It is gone. It is deceased. You have sent it back to the scumming pit of hell of which it originally came from.
Nice.
Okay. As I do that, I'll kind of lean on my staff and look at everybody and say, "Well, someone tend to the horned one."
All right, Kyla.
Yeah, tending to the horned one. after pulling my knife out of the sulfur.
Okay.
I don't know how to tend to the horned one in 5e, but
what are you trying to do?
I don't know, just like is there significant bleeding somewhere?
Well, what it really comes down to what you want to do. I mean, if you're not casting a spell or anything like that, I mean, it's not that there's I mean, there is a huge, big stab mark in his chest, and you can see, like, there's, like, black, all of his veins have gone black all around it.
Well, it looks like he's poisoned. Or something. I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna look around like somebody do something.
Not a cleric.
I'll kind of walk up and take a closer look. Since I really don't know what that thing was or what he really did, can I sense if there is some sort of magical property that's currently affecting him or hurting him?
You can... I guess you could do a Arcana roll.
Okay.
Want to.
Yes, I want to.
I mean, obviously, this is something from another plane. It's entirely possible that it may have magical properties, but your best guess is it is indeed some kind of vile poison more than magic. It's unlikely that dispel magic or anything would work.
Okay.
Well, if it's poison, you're used to tasting odd things. Suck it out.
Well, that's not exactly how that works. Doesn't anyone know how to perhaps patch him up or cure his wounds in some way?
Does anyone have like a potion for this, or?
I don't think anybody does. Emlyn, make another dice roll.
Yo.
That's
Oh
a
my
second
God.
fail.
Okay.
I need this little bastard. I'm gonna run up here and try something. I don't know, a medicine check or... I mean, I don't know. The most I did was play bedside mother. But I don't think he has the flu.
Well, I'm going to go ahead. Here's the thing, right? Do any of you have medicine as a skilled check?
No.
Nobody
No.
has medicine. Nobody has medicine checked.
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So basically, a successful roll allows you with medicine to try to stabilize. If you have a healer's kit, you can do it with an action. So you have to make a successful dice roll.
Medicine?
Yep, and the DC is 10. So you can use your action to administer first aid to an unconscious creature and attempt to stabilize it, which requires a successful 10 wisdom check. Which you succeed. Okay. So yes, he is stabilized. He was possibly 6 seconds from death.
Should I roll again to see if it would have happened?
I
Or
don't
should
know.
we
Would
leave that
chat
mystery?
like to see if you would be dead or not?
Kinda.
Considering my 2 death saving throws are really
Yeah, they all
bad.
want to see. Roll it.
Alright.
Did
Final death saving throw.
Did Spook literally just save Emlyn's life?
Yes, she did.
She did!
Oh, wow, nice.
Not that you'll ever officially know that, but yeah. So yeah, with a
She can.
healer's kit,
She would
you
hold
can
that up,
stabilize a downed character as an action. The reason I was asking is if any of you had medicine efficiency, I would have said have a healer kit. like who would know to have it. Right? But seeing as you didn't, it had to come down to the dice roll. All right, so Emlyn Emlyn's a sick little man.
I'm gonna spring away, gasping, and kind of in a panic, crawl to the back here. What happened? What happened?
I'm gonna slink closer to and just. Blade, what are you doing getting closer to that thing?
Well,
Tolgar, what's Tolgar up to?
I think he would be examining this. I don't know. You guys, how close is he to Emlyn? Would he even give a shit?
No, he'd walk off.
Okay.
Seeing that Emlyn was alive, he would walk off. Absolutely.
Okay. So Tolgar can definitely see that there seems to be something in the rock there.
What have you found?
Can't really tell. It seems to be something kind of shiny inside the rock, like glints as he, with his light spell. It kind of periodically he catches something glimpse off it.
Shiny rocks.
You can't see the players. You should be able to. I can see them on my map. We just double check with chat. Can nobody see the player characters?
We can't see within. It's blocked off.
Oh, you can. I'm on about chat. Okay, good deal. All right. No problem.
I mean, I don't know. What would Tolgar do, guys? Would he, poke at the shiny rocks, or...?
I think he would dig into it with his fingers.
Okay.
If he could, yeah.
All right. There is definitely something in there. Something feels like some kind of something metallic.
Would he go at it with his axe? I don't know.
He can probably. He feels like with a good Tolgar type pull, he could probably yank it free.
Oh well, shit. Yeah, he's doing that.
Let's have a strength check from Tolgar.
Get up in there.
As that's going on, I'm just going to say to Kyla and Thelonious, I noticed that Tolgar wasn't really hurting the thing, so I felt I had to get closer.
Yes, and how did that work out for
All
you?
right. Good job, Tolgar. He yanks it free. So what actually happens, let me go ahead and do this real quick. And I need to get rid of my... That. All right. Okay, so Tolgar pulls really, really hard, and he pulls out what seems to be some kind of sign. However, all the rock and the rubble kind of disappears and falls past onto the ground around Tolgar. And he's discovered a new toy.
Oh.
Because he couldn't leave well enough alone. All right, yes. He yanks it out. As he does so, as the rubble falls and he's holding the sign, Lilith notices that the sign very clearly says, "Do not disturb" on it. Of course, Tolgar didn't have time to read that before all the rubble collapsed around. What appears to be on the other side is a bizarre serpentine metallic structure. At the end of its two long arms, it has what appears to be two huge, long, sharp scythe blades that it goes and snips with like ginormous sets of scissors. The entire thing seems to be made of metal. Where its eyes should be is nothing but a dark black hole. And that is where we will be leaving it for Alrighty.
Yep.
Surprise, Jane!
Oh, hey Jane, when you come back, guess what? Alrighty. Yeah, so that's a really good place to stop. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons and Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Hey guys, Dragon Spooker here for How We Roll. Thank you so much for watching tonight. For something a little different, please check out my channel, twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. For stream times, follow me on Twitter via @dragonspooker. See you next time.
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter @Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably gonna kill my character at some point. And two is to keep this as short as possible.
Jane is just so lazy. Oh.
So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so @MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. Already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter @Aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How We Roll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter @JaneOnTwitch. That's with a 0, not an O. Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!